Okay, guys, so I already started shuffling cards, and these are all the cards that flipped out. And then I flipped decks over to kind of further amplify why these cards flipped out. And I'm about to tell you what it means in a second. So, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I'm Eccentric RockStar'Seed. Some of you have been here since the very beginning of time, but I have another intuitive message for you today. Keep in mind, keep what resonates. I never say that. Keep what resonates. So maybe someone feels like they're too shy to receive an intuitive message or some type of download or some type of premonition that's been validated just browsing. You could just be like browsing around the internet or something like that, and then you hear somebody say something and it validates your premonition or your intuition or something like that. You're allowed to keep it, but some of you could have a very strong conviction and, like, so much like me, have been raised to believe a lot of stuff is devilish. I feel like that is the spirit. That depends on the spirit of the person, if they want to worship the devil or worship God. On this channel, we worship God, but you can take what resonates, leave it does not. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Remember to find peace and tranquility within yourself. It is a sanctuary. This message kind of tells me I might be reading this from a man's perspective to a woman, but he does not speak to her. He does not speak, like verbally speak to her. He may telepathically speak to her. He may even show up in her dreams. She may show up in his, that kind of thing. So we're gonna say a prayer. So, by God, by your leave, we have received the evening, and by your leave, we have reached the morning, and by your leave, we live and die, and unto you is our return. Amen. Excuse me, y'all. I think somebody's a little shy because I keep having to clear my throat, but I have water. As I was explaining to you, I have 3 different decks here, and the 2 of Cups kept wanting to fly out. So heavy emphasis on some kind of bond you have with somebody, not like a bondage, but like a bond. And I feel like now, it's a different energy, and the surrounding energy, and you not wanting to speak to someone. Well, now you don't want to speak to them. Maybe you did at one time. You were open and receptive to communication. Now you're taking accountability. And another premonition I got is somebody's family dynamic. So something's in your household. You may be somebody who puts a lot of work ethic or put a lot of their energy, time, and effort into their house, into their family, but there's a rebellious streak surrounding your family members. Likewise, you could have left behind a lot of traumatic experiences or toxic experiences pertaining to a family dynamic. So if you left behind the family you grew up with, bloodline or not, it's karma around them, or it's a karmic experience surrounding a family dynamic. And then you grow up and you have if you have children or a household of your own where you raise your own personal made family, there's rebellion surrounding your family, and you could be trying to be accountable or take action in how to eliminate. Like somebody has a very, very strong conviction. Okay, I'm not trying to bounce all over the place with the messages. I'm trying to make sure I get all the premonitions out, because I just keep seeing 2 of Cups. I just keep seeing it. But somebody works really hard with keeping the bond strong, or keeping a conviction strong, or keeping a tradition strong in their household. It doesn't matter what the dynamic of the conviction is. Somebody works really hard at that, to the point where it's clear that you're selfless, but you need to be more selfish. You need to, like, ease up. The advice is ease up. Like, I don't want to say, you can't tell nobody how to manage your household, just like you can't. There's no rule book to parenting. So it could surround children. Maybe you have older children. This really speaks to somebody who has older children. So maybe like 10 years old and up, because they're older. The adolescence is kicking in. You go through your own changes with adolescence, and it's something pertaining to compassion. While you're trying to be compassionate, and empathic towards your children. Maybe you have younger siblings. Even if they're not your children, they're your younger siblings, and you take care of them. You're trying to be patient through that process because you have compassion, but you have to balance out speaking with an iron fist as well as being empathic and compassionate. So you're trying to balance out when to put your foot down and when to ease off the brakes. So when I was shuffling this deck, this wanted to flip out. I communicate with ease and grace. People are willing to embrace what I have to say. I feel like you feel it's rebellion. So I think you could feel like you could feel very disrespected. And what's on the bottom is I welcome healthy, loving relationships. I feel like you're trying to. But I also feel like a sense of you being triggered. Because one of these Two of Cups is paired with a Seven of Wands. You're not trying to take advice, or you don't want to hear advice. You might be... Sometimes people give you good advice, but it's not the best advice. Another one of these Two of Cups is paired with a King of Cups. I think that's you. I think you show up really dapper with the mannerism, the charisma is there, the emotional intelligence, the maturity is there. You've taken on the role of a father figure. Or you take charge like your father figure. You take after your father. If you haven't taken, like if you're a single parent, you may have taken on more of the role of the father figure. And you may have underlying resentment. You may be rebelling against that because you're missing the experience of being the mother in the dynamic. Even though you are technically the mother, but you're taking on the role of the father. Another one of these Two of Cups is paired with the Eight of Pentacles. The part of it where you're not speaking to someone, now you don't want to speak to someone, and you're all they think about. You don't care. You could have blocked them, or they blocked you and they regret it. Then we have this Four of Cups is in reverse. So in the upright, it could be discerning, but you pair it with the Justice in reverse is karmic. You get exactly what you deserve. So the energy somebody put out towards you is exactly the energy they get back in return. And that's paired with the Four of Wands. So someone is trying to get out of a hellhole. Someone got married, or went into a family dynamic, or went into a household, went into a business partnership that was karmic. They didn't listen. They weren't patient. They didn't listen. Now you're on the up and up. They could have misjudged you or just overlooked you. And it happens every day. We don't care. Right? Because you could be in a phase in life where you're welcoming abundance into your life, where you create that strong relationship with money, and you rejoice in a lot of opportunities you probably created yourself, with God's permission, of course, and the experiences it brings. You could have been on a more free-spirited side of life, which is why that King of Cups could be showing up. That's the most mature energy I see out of all of this. And then you're talking about managing your time wisely. I feel like you're in a place and space where that is your focus, is your household and your family dynamic. You could be clearing debt out. Justice in reverse is unlawful, imbalanced. You're trying to figure out how to balance out your responsibilities with playtime. It could be that too. And the Four of Cups in reverse, to me, with the surrounding cards, is you're out of the space of discernment and making a decision that is best for your family. But you could be conflicted with what you want to do that's peaceful, that's also contributing to your peace and your solitude. So you're trying to manage your time wisely. You're trying to delegate or outsource tasks that drain your energy and do the tasks that are in your realm of unique brilliance. I feel like you manage a space beautifully. You manage yourself beautifully. But there's an underlying tone of rebellion surrounding your solitude, your stability. This Four of Wands talks about celebration, marriage, business. So something pertaining to business and or your house is being threatened. It's threatening your peace and solitude. And you're trying to figure out what to do about it without creating an imbalance, without going too far to the left or too far to the right. Because at this place and phase in life, now you're receiving a lot of good from expected as well as unexpected sources. So you could be on the brink of a breakthrough, you're in a transformative phase where you're about to experience a breakthrough. It's like you can feel it. It's like you already in a realm of you have the mindset and the attitude as if I already have it. I already have everything I need. Like an unlimited being. Like the word that sums up the duality of this, where it's pertaining to the person you're not speaking to, that now wants to speak to you now more than ever. It's like a lot of stubbornness is manifestation. I see Surah number 41, ayats 9 through 12. Talks about manifestation when you really study those verses. But you're blessed beyond your fondest dreams. You could be somebody who wears looser fitting clothes too, because this King of Cups looks like a woman dressed in looser fitting clothes. But there's competition. Or someone feel like they can compete with you. I don't think that's very relevant, but it popped out. So negative and needy is the energy of someone who wants to speak to you now that you beat them at their own game. It's like you played them at their own game, the way they believe they played you. I also wrote, the notes I wrote is saying I love you, knowing that it'll influence a person to get comfortable knowing they've won. So you want somebody to get comfortable believing that they're won. You could be somebody who tests people through, you put people through series of tests. A King of Cups is a very fixed energy. So that's a Scorpio, because that represents water. You don't have to be a Scorpio, but you're somebody who tests your friendships, who put your friendships through a series of trials, because you want to make sure you can trust them. And they didn't disappoint. Not that you were expecting the worst, but you're not surprised neither at the outcome, that now they want to speak to you. It's almost like an inner psychic, an inner detective type of energy or mentality that you embody. Because saying I love you, knowing that it'll influence a person to get comfortable knowing that they've won, and you're giving yourself grace. They don't know how to give themselves grace, knowing that they're in love with you, believing that they're in love with you. I feel like they are. And you're being selfish with your time, space, and energy. With the Seven of Wands paired with one of these Two of Cups. Something about your body. You can have a nice body, but you're very modest. You're not the person who's flashy about how good you look. You can also be a mature age, because king and queens are 40 and up. You don't have to be, but you're mature for your age. It's either your mentality strong or you are of a technical mature age, but don't look it or feel it. So you're in a space where you're welcoming healthy, loving relationships. Manifestation. You could be manifesting while someone's trying to manifest you back to prove their worth, like they want to put some effort in after they've been very rebellious with you or irresponsible with you, to say the least. You're in a space where you're in a space of change. You change leaves, change clothes, change neighborhoods, change jobs, change genres. You crossing bridges that are unfamiliar, but it's a new experience. You could be taking more frequent flights, or maybe you just travel for work, or taking a lot more road trips, or just getting back into the ebb and flow of swinging things. So remember to find peace and tranquility within yourself. It is a sanctuary. Now, this Two of Cups with this Eight of Pentacles, you got a strong partnership coming in. Your husband's going to want you. When I say he's going to want you, this speaks to women now, unless you're same-sex oriented. I don't judge on this channel. It's not my business. Your husband is going to want you. With this King of Cups and this Two of Cups, he already knows who you are, watching you across the room, watching you across the social media. He's watching you already. I don't see any swords here where it's observation, but he's watching you. So that could be the part about getting out of a toxic hellhole. They rushed into a marriage or thought they was in love with the person, fell out of love with them even quicker. wanting a divorce, or this divorce is taking them to the bank because they see too much rebellion surrounding their household, the household that they were trying to build with the wrong partner, when they really had those deep feelings for you. I see a difference in culture. I see a difference in, I don't see too much of a difference via tax bracket, because if you have the same long-term goals or matching strong work ethics, you can make anything successful, widely successful. When I see the justice being in reverse, is like, and it's next to that 4 cups in reverse, it's very clear to this person they want nothing to do with the foundation that they're at. Like it could be business too. Maybe they just want to work with you and make more of the opportunities, create new opportunities. So I see fitness. When I see I love my body, you see that? I love my body. It's a positive affirmation deck, y'all. So these cards, they look really like fun spirited. And I create peacefulness in my mind, and my body reflects this peacefulness. So it's like a law of an assumption. So the peacefulness that you reflect about your body is that it's in perfect health. I don't have to show it off to prove I'm amazing. I don't have to show it at all. You want to practice modesty, so people don't know what you look like underneath the looser fitting clothes, but you starting to look better. You're practicing the law of assumption as it pertains to what you want. An investment is coming. You're growing your wealth, investing in yourself to learn the skills you need to create a thriving business that grows wealth for you, as we just articulated, but not without strategy, because that's what's on the bottom. This is what this means. Marketing strategy. You could be really good with that, or have like a business degree and something like that. You could be a teacher, or maybe a master's degree in marketing and strategy. If your results are not coming in fast enough, you need a solid step-by-step strategy in place to take the guesswork out of growing your business. Now, that's a broad interpretation. If you tie together the business of wanting to be successful or wanting to build a stable household, you could be perceived that if you're this single parent, say you're the single woman in this King of Cups energy, so that's somebody who's managing the money, the house, and motherhood all at the same time, and the father's role too. If you're one of those people, this Hierophant in reverse with this 10 of Cups is family to me. It's an energy of rebellion surrounding your household. You're starting to see this with a fresh set of eyes. Like, yeah, your freedom is good, your independence is good, but just because you would be married, if you were to decide to get married tomorrow or in the next few hours, just follow me. Theoretically speaking, hypothetically speaking, it doesn't take away your freedom, because you are manifesting healthy, loving relationships. You're not in the same toxic space where you haven't, like, there could have been a time where you didn't address what you were suppressing. So that in turn can create a toxic dynamic or manifest the wrong person where you have to eventually leave them behind or something like that. Right? So when I see strategize about the results not coming in fast enough, a part of is 2 reasons I see why your family dynamic has that energy of rebellion around it, because the Hierophant in reverse could represent rebellion or lack of conviction. Not that you have a lack of conviction, but you could see it could be a premonition you're getting, like God could be talking to you, right? And he's trying to tell you to marriage will help balance out your household, because justice in reverse is karmic, or it's just creating more of you're making this harder on yourself than it has to be. You see what I'm saying? With communication with ease and grace, people are willing to embrace what I have to say. I don't feel like that lacks confidence, or you lack that confidence in saying what you need, but you're trying to shape your own life up to bring in the right partner. Or the right partner is a byproduct to what you're already building, or what you're shaping up about yourself. How you're trying to be responsible over yourself to be able to attract a healthy, loving relationship. Someone who will match your work ethic with this 8 of Pentacles next to this 2 of Cups. Who will build a solid foundation with you with the 7 of Wands. Blocking out people's opinions. The best way to block out a person's opinion about your family dynamic is not to put them in it. Don't tell people your business, so to speak. Which is a no-brainer, but people are very like lackadaisy in accountability. Like you have to, like if you ruined your relationship or your family dynamic, it's because you talk too much. I hear that's for somebody. Stop talking so much. Stop telling people your affairs in your household because you're the one that's delegating them with God's permission. Like you have what it takes to manage all of this on your own. You don't want to be too masculine of a person or a resource that doesn't want to let anybody in. So on one hand, you could be spoiled lazy in your own independence, and that's creating a rebellious energy that's slowing down your business because you don't have a partner to balance out you. Or you can also be intuitively picking this up. Like if you're seeing somebody in your dreams, because water interprets dreams to me as well as premonitions, they could be having that same dream about you. It's like, I'm just waiting for you. When you're going to like allow me to come in so we can have this healthy, loving relationship. Somebody wants to talk to you, but they're afraid of what you might not want to talk to them, or they're afraid of what you might say, right? If it makes sense, like, share, and subscribe. But what it's telling me so far is in your subconscious, like you could be peeling back layers, like you're addressing yourself, you're taking accountability for the part you're playing and not allowing someone to come in with God's permission. All you have to do is put God first. And I'm not saying you don't have a conviction. What I'm saying is you might be a little strong-headed, like there's nothing wrong with having a strong mind, because you can't sway from one end to the next opinion-wise, or you want to have your facts straight. You also want to be able to do this on your own before a person should want to come in. So I feel like you worked at not being so codependent, or allowing yourself to be in a codependent situation, which is the same thing. It's a part of codependency. Attracting the wrong person creates codependencies. But you don't look as mature as you are, but when people speak with you, they understand that you come from a wise space. You speak from a wiser space. You don't need that no more. I need water. Alright, so what's up with this family dynamic? On one hand, it's like someone's trying to get out of a hellhole of an experience they thought was an Einstein idea. That was a dud. We got that out the way. With this divorce. This justice in reverse. Okay, all this wanted to flip over. You got the death of transformation, like I already explained. The Six of Swords is in reverse, someone feels stuck. And the Tower is in reverse. Someone could be fighting for a partnership that they know was never truly the right way to go in the first place. They just don't want to be by themselves, or they like the resource that this person, your husband is. So your husband got some work to do. With this Six of Swords in reverse is a lack of travel, a lack of peace. Is very chaotic. They could be looking to you for guidance, or the person that's fighting to be with them watches you. So you're learning what it takes to be with this person, because nobody's stupid. If they see that you have a friendship or a bond with someone, or the reasons as to why that man took a liking to you, or has a compatible connection with you, even if you're not together, you have to let them go for them to come back faster. If you want them to be with you, let them go, kind of thing. So they went off and got married. Maybe they spoke from an egoic space when they were with you. It feels that way, because now they don't have no peace. They rushed into something thinking you did not want them, or didn't think enough of them to want to work with them. Like they thought of everything wrong in the book as it pertains to you, and rushed into something they hate. They have no peace. They almost feel like, I sacrificed my peace for a dumb relationship, for a dead-end connection. And for what? What's on the bottom? Hermit. The Hermit is typically your Emperor in reverse. You're seeking wisdom because you're emotionally imbalanced. With this Justice being in reverse, is they didn't use a lot of discernment before they start celebrating with somebody they don't even like that. They know they don't love this person. It might have been politically correct, or maybe they think it's politically correct. But now they're seeking wisdom. They're seeking conviction because you never came down off your solitude. Where's that thing I read? It came out of a fortune. Like, your peace and solitude is worth a fortune to you. Remember to find peace and tranquility within yourself. It's a sanctuary. Instead of looking for it in somebody else. Look, the Six of Cups is underneath that Hermit. Dreams. And there's that Five of Swords. But also under this King of Cups is that Five of Swords. So there's some unhealthy competition. Someone is trying to get with your husband by any means necessary. They want that motherfucker. They want him bad. Like, they will do anything. They will mimic your characteristic traits to appear to be what they think this person wants. But you can't fake authenticity. What's organic for you may not be organic for them. You might have already learned these lessons, and now your person got to come around to learning these lessons because they keep perpetuating the same mistakes. They can't move forward until they learn the lesson. Looking at the Ace of Pentacles is in reverse. That's not from the Most High. The Most High does not approve some of the decisions that they're making. Likewise, looking at yourself, talking about this accountability. If you're showing up in the masculine energy, it just means you take action, you take accountability, but you're fair and reasonable and understanding. You could understand that your person may not be ready yet, and you're giving them that time and space. That was not ordained by God. Maybe you should have moved forward with something, and that could have changed things. So you may still have some stuff to let go of, like almost creating a codependency with your own freedom, if that makes sense. Like, you're replacing a husband with your own freedom. And then my son brought me this. Someone is going to give you such a beautiful diamond. You see how big this is? An emerald diamond that's worth a fortune. Your husband is going to be the type of person that gives. They're a giver. They give their time, they give their energy, they give their love, they give support. They give. Something's about to take off for them because they're open and receptive to new avenues of income. Let's get some more on the Two of Cups and Eight of Pentacles, because y'all really work well together, clearly. Like, y'all couldn't be more right for each other. You couldn't be more different, but more right for each other. And this person just wants you to talk. I just want you to talk to me, listen to me. Three of Pentacles came out to the side. That kind of tells me a little bit of what I'm picking up on with because that's working on yourself, mastering your own craft. It can also mean collaboration. You had to leave off this person to continue working on yourself, and there is in some ways they had to too. So even if their issues is not financial, their issues is love, addressing their feelings, and they're being very avoidant with you. Three of Wands is on the bottom. Patience is a virtue. Sometimes they can be patient about the wrong stuff. Maybe they beating themselves up. Like, I feel patient about the wrong stuff and hasty about the wrong stuff. This may hurt some people's feelings. I'm not trying to, but they rushed into a different connection to try to forget about you. The purpose was to leave you behind. Because in the dynamic that they rushed into, they can control that narrative. They don't have emotions in that narrative. They can move how they want to move. They don't have to change much about themselves. They're very fixed with this King of Cups. But they're not fixed when it comes to you. Like, you can melt them in the palm of your hand. Like, you being around them is intoxicating. And they just really in love with you. What else? This is solid. This is moving forward, waiting for your ships to come in. They're waiting for you to be receptive enough to want to speak to them. I now receive my good from expected and unexpected sources. You may not see them coming back your way. You may think it's over, and it may be over. That you don't expect them to come back your way. Something unexpected is going to happen. Some of your money is tied up in each other. Like this person's good with money, or can strategize and market to make. They know how to make money, like so much like you. It just feels like you didn't get a fair chance at something. And even though you're not an opportunist, you were misjudged as one. And that was karmic. That was egoic too. That was straight arrogant. And you're in the place and space of business is like it. I hear it in my mind's eyes like, well, if this person is really serious about standing on their own 2 feet, let me see what they can come up with. It's like they made it harder for you when they didn't have to. Like they could have been intuitively led to come help you or work with you, not like give you stuff without you working for it. Not like a reward without effort. You make all the effort to prove yourself that I can do this on my own. Someone really disrespected your conglomerate out of fear. And they have chaos in their life for it. They're paying for it. Now they look to you for guidance. Look, this fell out. The 10 of Pentacles. You see how it's just her and her son? Even though they say whenever there's a 10, there's an ace. Because there's an ending to a new beginning. Like a 10 is a completion. The ace is a new opportunity. But that Ace of Pentacles is in reverse. Somebody didn't take the opportunity. Or didn't take the time to create new opportunities from expected and unexpected things. They didn't expect to fall for you is what it's telling me. They did not expect to still love you after all these years. I'm hearing that clearly. They didn't expect you. It's like they almost wanted you to fail, but not because they don't like you. Just because it justifies their point and why they were such a hypocrite as it pertains to you. They're trying to make their bullshit make sense. While in the meantime, you create peacefulness in your mind and your body, and your body reflects that peacefulness as perfect health. So they were anticipating things to be so much pressure on you that you may have gained a lot of weight or lost a lot of weight because it's overwhelming. It's like somebody over-exaggerated what it means to take action. Like they're the only ones who can do it. But they had to tell themselves that to justify it, and it eats away at them a lot. But it's like on one hand, it's like they could be your biggest fan if they just put their pride and their fear to the side. Secretly saying they do have strong feelings for you. They starting to have dreams about you. Or you want to learn that. They may tell you that I had dreams about you. You might have dreams about them too. You could pick up on it with that King of Cups. That deeper, reflective, heightened intuition and borderline psychic abilities that both of y'all embody. And it blows this person's mind that after all this time, I'm still here. You're still here. So maybe it's meant to be. Like they're kind of like trying to play it down, like trying to play it cool. But the problem is, after the way they treated you, you may not want to talk to them again. Look, 10 of Swords. After the way they treated you, like they buried you alive. Like they were hoping this does not go. I can't have this overtake my life. It's like they was showing up like a hidden enemy with this 8 of Swords on the bottom, clarifying this 10 of Swords. They was plotting on you and you didn't know it. Even though they recognize who you are and what your capabilities are, you end up doing it anyway. You receive a lot of good news and a lot of blessings. It's like they can't escape you. It's like it's haunting them because they have to be responsible. So are you receptive? I guess their question now is, are you receptive to hearing what they have to say in the face of what they did to you? I heard rigged something. They rigged something to go against you, for something not to go in your favor. They did a lot behind the scenes, and this Ace of Pentacles fell out in the upright. So they messed up their side. You still, whenever there's a 10, there's an ace. Ace of Pentacles. Someone's flaming for you. I heard they also need your healing. Something about you. They could use your optimism, your healing energy. They want that healthy relationship now. You see all that red? And you see that the reptilians are red? It's been you all the time. Like Anita Baker, it's been you all the time. They're seeking inner wisdom with this hermit. I can't believe. Once you get out of that caterpillar phase, you're never a caterpillar again. You're a butterfly. It's hard for them to celebrate it, even though they secretly want to, but they didn't forget what they did to you. They don't face you because they didn't forget what they did to you. It's not that they have a fear of being outed by somebody, but you're talking about strategizing and investing in yourself. Your results are not coming in fast enough. They knew it would slow you down. So what they attempted to do against you probably did slow you down, but you kept going. You didn't quit. That's why you have an opportunity. But that would be a lack of pride and a lack of self-respect on their behalf. Like, they feel dumb. How am I supposed to approach this person now when they stand up like a Don? Like a true Don. Somebody who has true character, true integrity, true education. And that 10 of Cups, no, this is 9. No, yeah, that 10 of Cups is still there. That's bringing the point full circle. This is a lot of focus on family. So that could have been a driving force for you to keep going. Is my family, my family, my family. My family deserves better. With this 10 of Pentacles, you got a lot of 10s here. 10 of Cups, 10 of Swords. You got everything but burdens. You don't have no 10 of Wands here. You got perfecting, working on yourself. Nobody's perfect, but nobody said you had to be. You're perfect for them. It may not have been a perfect idea in theory, but it's perfect for them. They know that. They have their face to admit it instead of just playing it cool. That's karmic justice. They're no longer discerning or acting like they're disappointed in the choices, the options put in front of them. Like, it was arrogant. It ain't almost. It was arrogant to act like you have to discern or assess the situation longer than what was necessary. That's why you're sitting in a shitty ass situation that don't work. That is why. Uh-oh. Damn. So, look, the Lovers. Somebody will do anything. The Lovers, with this 5 of Swords, they will fake it. Lovers is about authenticity, being true to yourself. You and this person couldn't be more perfect for each other. Y'all right for each other. He want to do this so bad. I want to come to you and submit to you and surrender to you and be receptive to you so bad. But then you got this rebellious energy surrounding this person, or faking it, pretending to be a perfect match for this person, and they're not. Not that you care about what else this person doing, because I really get the hint that you don't really give a fuck, and that's just what it is. Like, you don't care. You're at peace. You left all this behind, and that's probably why the tables turn now. It's karmic. I heard, so who should I give this to? They used to treat people like that. Who should I give this opportunity to? Like, it didn't mean anything to them. Like, just a tangible thing. As soon as they have sex with them, they would be like, oh, well, I got what I wanted. They may not say it outright. Sometimes they did. And that's it. Put people in their head. They attract girls with that pessimistic headspace, that paranoid headspace. Like, you might just want one thing. So I'm scared to open up and be vulnerable to you. They like that shit because it justifies why they don't want to commit. But they wouldn't commit to somebody who a man can't fall in love if your guard is up. Because they don't have the emotional support to. You never flip. Like, they think that is the most bizarre thing. Like, how could you just be that kind of loving type of person and just pour that into yourself as I'm not ready? I'm sure I hurt your feelings somewhere along the lines, but you didn't do what everybody else did. Like, how could you just be like that? That was very arrogant of them with that 9 of Cups in reverse. Like, they looking at all of that now. What's on the bottom? The 8 of Swords. So we're doubling down on the 8 of Swords now. The 8 of Swords is like heavy emphasis on they wanted you to be in a mental prison. I need you to need me. That egoic space. While you're trying to create peace in your mind and your body reflects it. They were jealous over you. Not jealous of your body, but you have a nice body. They were jealous over you. Like, somebody's going to want you. I hear Gucci Mane's lyrics to Keisha Kayor. I know these niggas want you, but I'm going to need you to wait for me. Love her body. It's very sweet. It's very honest and very vulnerable of him to he's telling his wife his feelings when he went to jail and stuff. Like, he could have wrote that song in jail or something. I don't know. But then you got 9 of Cups in reverse. Like, how am I going to come forward now and tell you how I really feel? I'm still in love with you, but it's twice as bad now because I feel twice as shitty. It's funny how that 9 of Cups is next to that 10 of Swords. I buried us. I just ain't had the confidence to practice what's considered taboo, what's forbidden. But God told you to. And you reneged. You was a hypocrite kind of thing. Now you rush into a different connection because you felt insecure about standing next to this person. I feel like you're in the King of Cups because you're being accountable. You're taking control of your life and what's going to happen in it and what kind of boundaries are set, you know, for you to achieve your goals, for you to, which is peace and solitude amongst any other successful thing going on in your life. Your family is more important to you. So that's a big deal. Somebody can't just come in on any old type of time when you have a family to think about. This person could have a family too. Maybe they don't. But they never seen somebody who takes so much pride and effort in thinking for other people and just show up in love. Like, how do you just do that? I could never do that. This is a seducer with the Knight of Cups. And it's in reverse. The 9 of Cups, Knight of Cups together. They wanted to be a player. But those games don't work on you. 4 of Wands. I want to marry you, Kay. Stop it, Michael. Kay, I'll do anything you ask to make up for what's happened to us. Like, they meant to ghost you because they really do love you and care about you. That sounds like bullshit, but they meant to do that because they could have had other stuff to focus on. It didn't come without strategy and wit and common sense. You're not successful because you're operating out of love. That is a mistake. They're seeking inner wisdom about it with this Hermit card. They're learning. They're mastering their self. They're working on their self with that 3 of Pentacles. Like, I got to work on some stuff. I can't just come to you any old kind of way. That's how they realize their feelings is for real and they're worth exploring because they realizing the things that they're saying as it pertains to you. It's like, I can't show up to this person any old kind of way. This person deserves marriage. They do not deserve me trying to put my dick in their ear and pee in it and stop me from praying. What does that come from? Is you when you sleep at night and you feel heavy, too heavy to get up, and they always say the devil's riding your back. That's what he's doing to stop you from getting up to pray. Like, he does egregious, like atrocious stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, everybody gets the gist of the devil's always being busy. But this person really is starting to communicate your language. They speak your language more than you know. More than they was too coward to admit that. You're more aligned than you are different. Even if you do have different religions, your long-term goals are the same. It's like, I can't come to this person any old kind of way. This person deserves marriage. That's the point. They don't need my arrogance. They can't do nothing with that. Again, you're thinking about your family. 10 of Cups, that's family. A man who really respects himself and respects a woman, you inspire him to be different. You inspire him to be better, to show up to any woman better. Even if women just need closure. I hear a lot of women reach out because they don't have closure, because he always had them in their headspace with his 8 of Swords here twice, and he would betray them and be arrogant and overly entitled to their body with no intention on loving them back, or their time and energy harvesting like a real energy vampire, because they were going through too much. They was hurting. And we're not getting a purple heart because you readily identify the feeling. We're talking about being accountable. And you inspired them to do that. So if they didn't want to they didn't care about women before, they was like hard on women or hard on whoever, hard on themselves. They're inspired to take a deeper look, seek introspection. Now they are. And it was arrogant. Strength in reverse is weakness. They succumb to their desires. We married in the 5 minutes that we're doing stuff, and then after our climax is over. Somebody has a real addiction to control and power, is what it feels like. And they abused legalities with the justice being in reverse. They abused it. They abused it because of what it represents, and they weaponized it against people. You deserve justice. You deserve better. Give me one for the justice in reverse. Okay, this wanted to slide out. 5 of Wands is in reverse. I want to apologize. I don't want to fight. I don't want to bring you chaos. I don't want to come to you in chaos. I may be scared to talk to you, but I'm going to do it anyway because my feelings are real and they're worth exploring. What's on the bottom? 3 of Swords in reverse. I'm not sitting there. I'm not in that space of rejection. I'm not trying to be a victim. I'm not here as a victim. I showed up as a victim before. You met me as a victim. You about to meet the real me now. Like, I can't stop thinking about you as a problem. Okay? I drive by your house. I call and hang up. I have, it may look like telemarketers, but it's really me calling from those disposable numbers from disposable phone, like those burnout phones, those temporary numbers. I write emails and then erase them. I don't send them, or I just have them in a draft. I never send them because I'm scared, because I care. 5 of Wands is in reverse, y'all. I don't care. He just gave up with making people try to fight over him. He realized he couldn't do that to you. You got the 4 of Wands here twice. So both of y'all graduating from something that used to be a little toxic, a little foolish, a little bit on the foolish side. This motherfucker can afford to buy you rings big like this. Serious. If you let me date you for 4 weeks, 4 days, let me do something nice for you, because then now they want to come in peace, is what it's telling me. With the strategy and the investing yourself to learn the skills you need to create the thriving friendship that I know we deserve, that grows wealth for you. They like your healing. They like the way you teach them how to stay strong and keep going and move in integrity. They didn't have all that before. It wasn't practicing that before. They realize these 5 of Wands, that's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You're the Ace of Pentacles in the upright. Like, he flames for you. Like, it don't get more clear of a sign than that. This is how he's going to come to you. He's going to want to make things right. I made a mistake, Carrie. I told you, I'm a big Godfather's fan, and I see him. He came back for Kay after like 7 years later. According to the story, it was a lot of years later. Like, he just ghosted her, never came back. She moved on with her life and forgot. She probably didn't forget him, but she had to let it go. She had to. He did not give her no room to wait for him, because he told you can't wait for this person. She couldn't wait for that person. It would be foolish. You hurting yourself. Okay? He don't want you in a space of rejection or chaotic or not grounded, no peace. I'm taking you out of that Eight of Swords, that Six of Swords. I don't want you stagnant over me. So you getting the strength. You found the strength to move forward, and he's finding the strength. He's learning how to give you the respect you deserve. You're teaching him by teaching him how to treat you. That's the point. No more negative and needy. It's like he couldn't tell a wicked witch from an earth angel. They're not the same thing. That was from an egoic space. That was anger talking, calling you a wicked witch, or calling you anything wrong in the book to play it cool, play his feelings down. All right, this getting me all excited. They have a strategy, and they go into marketing. It's like promoting. They got to represent themselves better. That's what it tells me. It's a love song, a love letter. But after the way they treated you, you may not want to hear it with the Seven of Wands. So if it resonates, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.